Yep. See by the freckles and hair on my hands that it's time to say good evening and welcome to Craft Roulette. Hello, everybody. You guys are a balm. You are. You're just therapy. Thank you so much for being here tonight. This is Craft Roulette, episode 276. I'm Mary Gunn, your intrepid host of Craft Roulette, and I'm just so glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are a first-time person, welcome. Sit back and relax. We have a lovely group of Chatterbox friends that will answer your questions, make sure that you are comfortable. They might even mail you some chocolate. They're that kind of person. If you're coming back because you saw Hannah last week and you wanted to say, oh, that was kind of an interesting show. I want to see how the next guest does. We're glad to have you. And if you are here because Charlotte is here tonight, welcome. If this is your first time, please mention something to us in the Chatterbox so we can give you a warm Craft Roulette welcome. What is Craft Roulette, you might ask? That is the question that everyone has on their lips. And not really, that's not true at all. But it is, in a nutshell, the original, ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge, and we are live almost every Friday night. And when we are here, boy, are we going to be really live next week. But when we are here, we always leave a seat for you because we have a great big worldwide crafting table, and there's always a seat for another friend. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are a husband, partner, child, or whatever, just sitting with a crafter or craftette, we are glad to have you as well. If you were enjoying those wonderful slides, those were all from last week. We had wonderful, I thought they were good. I thought we had great parameters to use last week with the ATCs. You guys just knocked it out of the park. And there's 388 cards over there that you can enjoy on craftroulette.live. Great place for inspiration. There are 7 process videos as well, and any number of good things that you might enjoy on craftroulette.live, all programmed by Mr. Producer. Speaking of whom, let's pull the curtain back on Mr. Producer and say, how are ya? I guess he's not talking tonight. How are you?
I'm good.
He's got his mind on paper Ganza, I do believe. Tomorrow night, he is going to tear my studio apart. Yes, he's going to tear my studio apart and take my computer away and all those good things so that we can be ready for Paper Ganza. Debbie Orens, you are so nice. Yes, I'm going to bring Decoy Duck's scrapbook to Paper Ganza so you can sign it as his fan club president. Thank you so much. Anyway, we do want to say a few things about Paper Ganza, but I do want to also say happy birthday to dear daughter Leah. She's having a birthday today, and it was one of the best days of my life when she came into my world. Thank you, Leah. And happy birthday! I got to see her and baby Luke. Oh, he's pretty cute. He has big grins on his face. When we went over to see my Aunt Jean, and hi, Aunt Jean, if you're watching, and Colleen. It was fun to bring those whole family together to meet that little darling 8-week-old baby. We're so proud of him. So that we will talk about Luke and JD later. So Paper Ganza, let me catch up on what's going on in Paper Ganza. Paper Ganza is our live event that will be next Friday live from the Marriott at the airport hotel, right? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And we will have a room full of live chatterboxes. Whoa. And it's going to be so much fun. Is this going to be a different format? It'll be the same, but different than what we do here. And one of the things that will be different, all of our giveaways will be to our members right there in the studio, which is the Marriott. So we will be doing all of our giveaways there. If you send in a card this week, and I hope you do, you won't be eligible for those giveaways. But we're going to double up tonight on the giveaways for this to end up July. So we will take care of you. We won't leave you out in the cold. Also, we will be filming live from the event. Poor Mr. Producer's little bony fingers are going to be so bony tired. And then, so don't forget to join us. The slideshow will start at a little different time. It will start at 6:30, not 6:10 Central Daylight Time. And then the show will start at 7. So make sure you mark your calendars, hit that notification button, all those good things. And there will be no in review on Wednesday night for the next 2 weeks. Other than that, everything is so pretty much the same. But join us. It's going to be really good. If you know somebody that needs to watch something live and maybe see a train wreck, it's not going to be a train wreck. But if you want to see your friends in the chatterbox, a lot of them will be there. And hopefully we will get some of them on the camera. So join us. It will be right here on our YouTube channel. Okay, so that's that. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, we call it a Vinny. We would appreciate it. Subscribe and hit that notification button so maybe you won't miss next week or any other time that we go live with shorts and such. Do I see Mr.
Did you have a thing about a ticket being available?
Oh, I forgot that one. Yes, we do have one ticket that one of our friends needs to sell. It was at the early birds rate of $425. Now that I'm getting last January when I said $425, I thought that was really expensive. Now that we are so close and I know what work we've done and what we are going to do, and everything is getting all put together, that is a heck of a deal. I'm telling you, you're going to get $425 worth of fun. I guarantee it. Well, I can't guarantee it because I don't know you. But if you do want to know more about that ticket and pick that up, just let us know and we'll get you in contact with the person who is selling it. Thank you for that reminder. So, yes, subscribe, hit that thumbs up. We call them Vinnies. We are not, we have some spin sponsors this week. That's what I was going to say. We have some spin sponsors this week. We're going to be giving away 2 paper packs from Your Paper Insider. They don't have to do it next week, which will be fine. I'm sure just anything off a plate is always good. And Riley and Company, we will be giving this week and next week's away gift certificate this week. So stay tuned. If you sent in one of those 388 cards, you will be eligible for those giveaways, plus goodie bags and everybody's favorite, yes, a Krog. Yes, absolutely, a Craft Roulette original giveaway. We are not sponsored by those wonderful companies. We love them, but we don't expect any kind of return from them. And except they just send me stuff, and it's really awesome. But we have memberships that we really appreciate when people join us. And this week, we have 3 new members. Kathleen Guthrie, welcome. Hannah C., so glad to have you. And Grace Thomas, thank you so much for joining us. We do have a Silver and Up Zoom call after this show. So don't run off. Join us, and we can talk all things paper ganza, and inks, and parameters, and all the wonderful things that we like to talk about. It's always a nice evening together. Mr. Mike has on orange because of our guest. I think she likes orange. We'll find out because she is a new guest, and we'll find out if she's team purple or team orange. But I put on orange because I have a reason that I think she might be with us team orange people. Then we have merch. Mr. Decoy Duck is always available. Stamps and dies, merch, and official collabs over on craftroulette.live/shop. It's all there. I think that's all I got. I'm going to take a sip and welcome from Maine, Charlet Mallett. Please join us, please. Yay!
Hello. Thank you for having me.
First time guest. It's always a moment when you first get that confetti thrown up in your face, but welcome.
I know, first time. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
And I know you, and we'll just get this all. I know you're not really representing any companies tonight, but I know you because you are my contact for Your Paper Insider. And yes. I email you frequently and say, there's your winner, here's your winner. And then I found out that you have an Instagram and have a YouTube. And I went, oh my gosh, do you want to be on the show? And you said, yeah.
I know, I'm a paper crafter at heart. Paper crafter always for the last probably 25 years. Yeah. And so I dabble.
You're a good dabbler. And so tell us a little bit about your background and what you do and how you ended up in that chair with us.
Okay. So let's see where to start. I started my paper crafting journey in the early 2000s. I went to school for graphic design and photography and ended up working for a pretty prominent paper crafting company in their photo and catalog department. And I did that for 10 or 12 years. It was awesome. And then I would previously worked in Utah. I moved from Utah to Massachusetts and wanted to keep my hand in the paper crafting world. So I started a freelance business, and I do a lot of graphic design for a lot of different companies myself as well. And then I work, as Mary mentioned, for Your Paper Insider. So we do a lot of fun stuff there. And I'm just a card maker at heart. I've always switched different hobbies, but card making has kind of been one of those ones that stuck with me. And I have an arsenal of supplies, and I love to do it.
You have a beautiful studio. It looks like
Thank you.
it's definitely a happy place.
Yeah, that's fun.
And
I love color, and yeah.
well, just for a moment, speaking for all those catalogs that I know I have loved throughout the year, and people that I have worked with at close to my heart and known through Stampin' Up. Man, thank you for such good work. We loved your work when those catalogs would come out, and we'd sleep with them, and we'd look at them first things in the morning and dog ear them all and mark them up, and they were wonderful. Thank you for that, doing that and making our lives so nice. I miss them. And now I saw we're losing one of our paper magazines, which is sad. It's sad, but
I know print in general, it's sad when it starts to go away.
It is. And so card makers are kind of keeping paper alive in some ways. Yeah. So we've got work to do, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes. Because I think when people don't get pretty cards, they don't have any idea there's real card makers out there, and they don't, they see the cards maybe at the grocery store, or maybe get a anniversary card for their wife or birthday card or something, but they don't know that a lot of people don't know the joy of getting a handmade card in their mailbox.
It's true. It's true. And there's just something, I don't know, all of you card makers out there, how you feel when you complete a project. It's just fun because it's small and you can just complete it. And then to give it to someone else, you're just giving a little bit of you, and that's always fun too. So
yeah, it's fun. It's fun to keep them too. I keep mine. A lot of my own.
That over there is my card library. I obviously need to mail a few.
Well, there'll be lots of cards for my kids to go through someday when they'll go, wow, Mom had a lot of cards. That'll be okay. Keep them busy, out of trouble. Well, this is your first time on Craft Roulette. I wondered if you might have a question that you need clarification on or anything.
Oh, well, I do.
Okay.
What in the world is Craft Roulette?
Well, see, it's the question on the lips of the world. Well, we do have a visually pleasing representation of what Craft Roulette is, and we will roll that beautiful Craft Roulette footage here in a minute. Chatterbox, thanks for being here. Charlotte, we're glad to have you, Mr. Producer. What is Craft Roulette? We'll be right back.
Did somebody ask what Craft Roulette is?
In a nutshell, Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel, and everyone is invited to play along. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. The wheel has 24 spots to land on, but the spot it lands on might not always be a parameter. It could be a special, like guest's choice, a vetoed parameter, or other fun surprises. When you add the infinite creativity of our community and try and calculate the possible options, square the fun, carry the glitter, divide by the imagination, you end up with a near limitless amount of possible projects. Whoa. We invite a special guest on each week to share their unique spin on our challenge. If you'd like to participate, you don't have to create live with us. You can sit back and enjoy the show. Once the episode airs, you have around 50 hours to finish your own project using the same 4 parameters from this episode and submit, so don't delay too long. After your project is ready, take a photo and head over to our website. Use the Submit Contribution form to officially contribute. The form is open to the public and no membership is required. Everyone who contributes will be featured on our website, included in the next episode slideshow, and automatically entered into the next giveaway. When you visit www.craftroulette.live, you'll find all of our past episodes along with their contribution gallery, the current wheel parameters, info on how to participate, a calendar of upcoming guests, links to our spin sponsors, contact and prize claim forms, our shop, and a huge membership platform. But more on that later. And that's Craft Roulette. If you like what we do, please subscribe, like the video, and share it with your crafty friends who might enjoy it too.
Everyone is invited to join in the fun.
We like to celebrate around here, so before we spin for this week's set of parameters, we're going to look back at last week one last time and highlight some of our community's achievements. And now, back to the show.
Yep, that's what we do almost every Friday night, and we really are honored and pleased when you're able to join us. If you are watching us with a replay, we would love a comment and a thumbs up as well. Appreciate you, whole bunches. We had 388 contributions last week. That brings us to 59,881. Looks like we may have a pretty good chance to go over to 60,000 this week. Well, you want to be a part of that, don't you? I hope so. There you all are, all over the world. Thank you for joining us. That was my card. We had include an ATC, which is an artist trading card. It's a special size. Starry Night for our color parameter. Element was down. I'm down with that. And white dots for our random parameter. Dan was great. You guys did great. If you have not looked over at craftroulette.live episode 275, you will be amused, I think, by how many ways people used down. There are a lot. We're going to see just a few here in our Parade of Achievers. Last week also, we had a first-time guest, Hannah C. And she... This card makes me laugh every time I see it. She went with down of a goose, and then we had Starry Night, and so she had that beautiful starry background that she made, and then ended up with the goose going in space. So she had to put a helmet on it. She was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Hannah, for joining us. I really appreciated you being here. All the best in school, and maybe we'll see you next summer. It was good. Space Goose! Now to bring back our friend Charlotte, because we're going to have a little parade of achievers here. This is where we celebrate some of your accomplishments that happened this week, including 3 new mug clubbers. Those are people that have sent in 100 cards. Our project. We have 13 first timers. I just saw that Lisa Taylor, I don't know where we got all those 13 first timers, but Lisa Taylor had a retreat. She had 4 friends make cards. That's so cool. And then we have 4 to welcome to Club 52, which is nothing. But we still like it. It's still important to us. And then our major milestone achievements like 25, 50, 75, and so forth. And of course, our leading ladies. Appreciate them every week. So are you ready? This is on a timer. If I can say their name and how many cards and or where they're from, that's great. And then you are free to make a comment, but you gotta be fast. Are you ready?
So ready. I just have to say this goose card is cracking me up. It's so funny.
Space Goose. I want to see a series. I do. I know, it's fun. All right, so here we go. Welcome, first timers. We're so glad that you joined us. We hope you join us again this week. Nina Haliski from Michigan.
Oh, fun. I like the constellations.
Stephen Croft from Canada.
Big time fan of Sloss. Love it.
He's so cute. Cardigans and Cards. Christian Cottingham.
So
nice,
cute.
Nice little funny shape there. Patricia from Bornholm.
Wow.
Angie B from Georgia. Welcome.
Look at that background. That's cool.
I know. The Starry Night, you can use it either way.
Yeah.
Jamie H, Arizona. That's cute.
Love it.
Chloe H.
Slide for down.
From here, I know there's so many cute ways to use down. Colin H. I got a family feeling there. Colin H and such going on there. And for all from Arizona. Welcome, you guys. Julie W. from Oregon.
Oh, fun.
Mixed media much. Shanna from Colorado.
Frown upside down. Love it. Another good down. And party
Geraldine
down.
Cameron from Vietnam. Welcome.
Oh my
Paula
gosh, look at
W.
that cat.
From Colorado. I know, it's so cute. Kara M. from
Aw.
Colorado. This must be the Lisa people.
Love it.
And welcome one and all. Those were great cards. I hope you enjoyed the challenge. And I hope you'll join us again. Crafty Bird from Brazil has hit 25 cards. Crafty
Wow.
Bird, I'm so impressed. Roxy for stamps, 25.
That's awesome.
Celebrated her own achievement there. Jill Pounds, congratulations with 50 cards. We'll see you next week.
My
Lena
goodness.
Glenn's, 50 cards. I cased this one on Wednesday.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Deborah Capps from Tennessee, 50 cards.
Oh,
Pretty.
I love Choose Happy. That's like my motto.
It's a good one. Sandy Barra, 50 cards.
Awesome.
Laura Green Hodges will see you next week and celebrate 75 cards this week. Well done.
Yay.
Rhonda from Georgia, 75. Those are so cute.
So cute. I love how colorful those birds are.
Connie T, you made the mug club. Congratulations. Jody Carrasco, 100 cards.
Oh, I love Google Eyes too.
They're so good. Megan
So
K,
good.
congratulations and welcome to Mug Club. Lisa Taylor crossed the big double Mug Club with 200 cards. Nicely done.
Wow.
That is just outstanding. Well done, everybody. And I hope you had a moment to celebrate there. Our leading ladies this week, Vicky Ruda from the UK, 235.
Wow.
Smurf Murphy through 236. We'll see you next week.
Beautiful.
Jackie Jackpot Muller from Australia, 237.
So great.
Kathy Herring, 240 cards. Muchas gracias.
I love all these starry backgrounds. It's so fun.
They were good. 5K now, 6K Lamones, 243. And Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis is jumping over the moon.
Oh,
Her
totally.
card, our leading lady. Well done, you guys. That's so fun. You guys are all just so solid every week. Club 52 welcomes Laura Ann from Minnesota. I like it. April Werla, 52 cards.
Oh, that turtle is upside down.
Oh, poor baby. Deirdre from Northern Ireland. Welcome to Club 52. Will we see you tonight on the call? Mona from Kansas, Club 52.
Awesome.
I love those ATC cards. They're such a perfect little focal point. So well done, everybody. If you want to see those again, it's real easy to do. Just go over to craftroulette.live, episode 275. On the menu, you will see achievements, and you can just click on that, and all of those achievements will come up. So it's real easy to see. You can also find links to the process videos, to bonus cards, to the regular gallery, to the episode, and to In Review, which is the show that we do Wednesday night, where I take one of those cards and case it, and you guys try to catch me. And you always do. Only once have I ever been caught. Out of like 2 years. Yeah. And so anyway, that was quite a bit of inspiration, I think. You like the Starry Night? Do you do a lot of like galaxy backgrounds or anything?
I don't do a lot, but whenever I do, I'm always really happy with how they turn out because they're so fun to make, and
They are.
you can use them with anything.
Yeah. As we can see, as we saw last week, because it wasn't, it was the color parameter, but a lot of times that will inch into an image parameter
Into the theme
too.
or the image. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's fun.
It's a very fun little meld there that happens a lot, but not always. Well, Miss Charlotte, this is the time where the spinner hits the spinner. The spinner
Okay.
hits the wheel. And we are going to get ready for this week's parameters for a new challenge. Well done, 275. You're in the history book now. Please bring on the parameters, Mr. Producer. There are those rascally parameters we will be spinning for in just a moment or two. The first thing that we do, though, is get a couple of those off the board. And that is because when our membership group, which supports us financially, they get to vote one of those off in a poll every week. And so for this week, we call them vetoes. They vetoed what for project? A2, card on a card, baby card, or sorry. Baby card. You guys don't like the baby cards.
Close though. Sorry was up there too.
Well, they don't like that one much either. And whenever those two are on the poll, they always
Sorry
get
you had a baby.
Isn't that so sad? But if you want to make a baby card, you probably will be able to if you really have your heart set on it. And if you had seen little Lukey today, you'd want to make a card for that little baby. 4 colors. What did they veto? Anyway, baby card is off the board for this week. If we land on it, we will spin again. Beach colors is safe. Summer desserts, we love food around here, is safe. Workshop or fungi. Fungi is off. No mushrooms
fungi.
de jour. So if we end up getting fungi, you don't have to, we will spin again. So, but if you feel like doing a birthday party color and you think of fungi colors, you can work it in. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't want to break anybody's heart. For element, what did the members vote off? Cup or glass. July rhymes with ack, a very popular one. Oh, I guess not so popular. Or book cover. Book cover is off for the week. So if you wanted to do War and Peace or Anna Karenina, it's not your thing this week. So for random, I don't know, book cover I'm not really in the mood for anyway. Random, thread or twine, frame, spiral, spiraling, or wonky. Spiral, spiraling is off, but if these spins spiral you into some kind of creative frenzy, you are safe. You are safe indeed. Now, this is your chance. Miss Charlotte, this is your first time on the show. You do get to vote one of those parameters off if you'd like.
And it doesn't have to be one of the parameters that are already vetoed. I can do an additional one, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I studied this list, and honestly, I think there's a certain type of project that is not in my wheelhouse, and that would be the purse. Project purse. So I say veto.
Purse card, that very unpopular purse card is off the wheel. Now, do you know about A9s? Because A9s are also very unpopular. But you're
it's just a bigger card. It's just 8.5 by 11 folded in half, right?
Just. I love that you use the word just. Because sometimes that is not the adjective that we hear. But just is just perfect. It is. So I just want to make sure you knew that one.
Yes.
So purse card and baby card are off the project wheel or for the night. Now, we also say if we land on the first one, we have guest choice. Do you have some choices that you would like?
So under project, I think the most common card I make is a hi or hello card. And so I think that's my guest choice, is saying hi.
I think that's a nice one. It's number 2.
Colors, ironically, is one of your, it was in one of your 4 vetoes. What is it? 15, I think. It is summer desserts.
Summer desserts, pies. I read that you love pies.
I love pie. Peach pie, give it to me.
For real. Honestly.
So good.
I should we just call the show right now and go get some? Because seriously, that just sounds with a lot of nutmeg and cinnamon.
Oh, so good.
And ice cream, vanilla, straight out of the homemade. We'll see you tomorrow on. No, we better finish the show. But if there was something that would bribe me, that could be it. For real. Okay, we will have summer desserts, which just came on the board last week. And for element, what would you choose?
And I think it's going to be controversial again because I laughed when I saw rhymes with ack. I just think that we have to do that.
Well, there's a lot that rhymes with ack.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure which way you would go, but it would be fun to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have a quack
there's
attack.
So many things, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, ack is a great... I say that this is probably the hardest for our international friends.
Sure.
Because they don't have that... Not everybody has an ah. but
Yeah.
not all languages. But we will work with you, so do not panic,
Yes.
and we will talk
That's
you through all
true.
these things. And for random, which would you pick?
Random. Let's see. What is number 13? That's what I wrote down.
Frame.
13. Oh, frame. Frame.
Frame that
I
peach
usually
pie.
incorporate a lot of frames or shapes in my card that kind of similar to
Mhm.
the ATC card as last week is
Mhm.
like a frame, and so that's what I was thinking.
A Polaroid frame. And
Oh, a Polaroid
Yeah.
frame, yeah.
yeah, all sorts of frames. That's a good. Not all gold gilded frames.
Exactly.
only
Just
thing,
something
yeah.
to frame your elements inside of your card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They can be circular or anything. Well, I think that you could make something really good with that, and treat your
Awesome.
mouth to it too. But we'll see what Mr. Wheel says. He
We'll see
he
if
gets
I'm
the
lucky.
final. Yeah, he gets the final say. So let's give him a warm up. I would be up for any of those. Saying hi was actually suggested by one of our viewers. For project, will we get saying hi? Are you an A2 kind of girl?
I am an A2. That's my primary card I make, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Number 13, a thank you card. Didn't we just
Oh.
have that one?
I thought
Didn't we
you
just have
just
that?
did that one. Yeah.
I think we did. Should we do that one again? Let's do that. It's the one that we leave on, but I don't want it twice that close. So we'll do another one. Give us another
Bonus.
chance to say
A bonus
hi.
thing.
Easel card. Well, that's not exactly it, but you could say hi on an easel card. If you don't know what an easel card is, we will be talking about these things. Don't worry. For colors. And there are different ways to get around an easel card, too. We know all the tricks. Rainbow, one of the most
Oh,
favorite color combinations. For element. What shall we be working with tonight? Western. Yeehaw! Our highfalutin paper! We can use our highfalutin. You're on the totally not Western side of the United States. You are totally the quintessential East Coast
Eastern.
person. For random. But there's a lot of things you can do with Western. Number 2, a black and white image.
oh my
Well,
goodness.
Mr. Wheel, you do have a sense of humor.
I think
Okay.
so. Rainbow and black and white.
We got all of our bases easily covered here. Okay, I'm going to give you just a few minutes to get your thoughts together while I give my speech. This is a challenge, and we would love to have you play along with us. Maybe we'll break 13 first-timers. But, you know, if it's your first time or it's like Ellen and you are way over 200, we're so glad for every one of your contributions because each one sparks a little bit of creativity in all of us. This will be your art project. We're not going to teach you anything. We don't have a plan on going or a how-to guide here. We're just going to freeform. And we were going to throw you in the deep end, too, and say, go make something. You've got stuff to work with. I know you do, so go make something. The parameters all do need to be included in your project. They can be very loudly represented or very quietly fitted in. It's fine with us either way. They can be literally interpreted like, let's say, easel card. HEY Google, what is an easel card? And HEY Google will tell you what it is. And Sassy's LLC, I don't think that's MX, and I'm not sure what that is, but you're awfully kind. Thank you so very much. And Ellen Jarvis, yay for you. I know, in honor of Paper Ganza #1. Oh, I'm going to blubber the whole time next week. Anyway, so easel card, you could say HEY Google, what is an easel card? And it will AI you into what an easel card is. Plus, we're going to tell you. Or we might come up with some extra fun ways to make one that you may not have thought of yet. So it could be literally interpreted or imaginatively interpreted and all the places in between. We don't care if it's your first card. We don't judge and we don't have any contests going on here. We just want you to have some fun making something so at the end of that project you can hold out your hand and go with a little smile on your mouth, go, I made that. That's pretty darn cool. That's what I love so much about this. And you can be any age and be a part of our show. You can be somebody that is well into their seasoned years or a kid. We've had lots of kids join us, and it's a pleasure to see them have some fun. Their cards are so unique and wonderful. I love them. Your card can be very classic, like we made in the first of the millennium, or they can be highly interpreted and complex with lights and bells and all the things that we have now at our disposal, or anywhere in between. We're just fine. We just want you to have some fun and make a card and play with us. They do need to be handcrafted if you're going to turn them in, and they need to be, are we ready? Family friendly. So I do not blush when I see them in the gallery. We appreciate that so much. Okay, so let's bring on some discussion. You've had a minute to think. Are you already getting some ideas?
I have some idea, like the rainbow and an easel. Those two things seem to go very well together to me. It seems like you could pop up an easel and card and put a rainbow on it somehow. I'm struggling a little bit with the Western, and only because that's not my go-to. I've got to think like, literal Western, like cowboys, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we do say your paper insider paper, we call it highfalutin paper, which sounds kind of Western to me. So maybe you pull that idea in. Maybe it is a Western theme with the Stetson and the cowboy boots and the rodeo. Maybe it's in
rainbow cowboy boots, maybe.
That would be awesome. And remember, the color parameter is rainbow. It doesn't mean you have to have a literal rainbow, although you could.
That's true. Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you have to have all of the colors of the rainbow. It just means that it has to be influenced by rainbow colors. Now, your rainbow colors could be very, very pale, or they could be very vivid. It's how you are going to interpret it. So for Western, though, it could be a country music title that inspires you. There's a lot of fun there. Maybe Patsy Cline's favorite big hit, Crazy, is where you're going. I don't know. Or maybe a rope. Maybe you'll have a little piece of rope on there for, or barbed wire. I know I've seen stamps with barbed wire images on it. Just even a big spread of plains out there. There's a lot of desert in our Western United States. Maybe it's the western part of your state. Maybe it's the western part of your country.
West is relative to where you are.
That's right. Western Scotland doesn't look like Western California. So maybe you will think of, maybe there's something
Someone
there.
in the chat said a cow, and that reminded me of my 14-year-old in 9th grade. They had a Pride Day, and that was Western themed, and he went as a giant blow-up cow. So maybe.
Moo.
Moo.
Yeah, maybe it's just going to be moo. I don't know. But there's all sorts of Western kind of ways that you can do that. I'm trying to think of fringe. I have written down fringe. Like,
fringe.
Old,
that's a great idea.
Or
fringe dads,
rhinestone cowboy kind of thing. And you just include that somehow or other as not like, I got to have a cowboy or I've got to have Wranglers. Maybe you do a Wrangler pocket, I don't know.
Oh, pocket. A cute jean pocket would be adorable.
Bandanas.
Oh, yeah. Gold Rush.
Gold Rush.
Mining.
You could just have some gold paper somehow or other to bid
Oh,
in.
that's true.
Saddle
There's a
up your
good gold
horses.
paper.
There you go. Got to have those horses somehow in there too. And it could be a black and white image of a horse. Maybe you have an old photo of a...
black and white image does not have to be on the front.
No.
You can always put that on the inside or on the back.
Ah.
Okay. Yep. Wheels on the spur. Western Hemisphere. Yeah, that's thinking big. Leather. Yep. Big old belt buckle.
Love it. The chat is really inspiring me. I'm reading all of these like great ideas and okay.
Wagon
I'm feeling
wheels.
less intimidated.
Yeah. Out west could be a beach. You're right, Jill. It could be just a beach. San Francisco 49ers. Yeah. There's some good stuff going on here. Oregon Trail.
The Oregon Trail.
Denver
that was the
Broncos.
only video game we were allowed to play when I was a kid.
I heard it many times. Yeah. Chickens are always good. Wooden wash basin.
Sunset.
Yeah. Sunset. Yeah.
Ooh, a
Sunset through the
sunset.
mountains.
Yeah.
Barns. Okay. So we got lots of things we
Sunset
can
through
do.
the mountains, easel card, rainbow.
Yeah. There's a
So-
lot of things we could do.
Mary, what are your ideas, or how do you interpret an easel card? Is it a card that has to fold
Do you
to
want to
stand up?
show how to make
I
one real
can
fast?
do that. Let me show you if I were to HEY Google, this is what I think HEY Google would tell us. Let's see.
I can give you the paper cam.
Yeehaw. Yeehaw. That's kind of Western.
You might zoom in. It's kind of a little thing.
Okay. Okay, so I cut the 8.5 by 11 in half at 4 1/4. And then for a classic easel, you can just, I would suggest cutting it straighter than that, but that's not how I roll. Cactus is a good one. And then you take this piece and fold it back.
Fold it in. Okay.
I do that just so I get where the edge is. And then it folds flat, but then you can lift it up, put a little stopper there, and then you can put a ATC card or something. And have things sticking up so that it sticks up over the top, but it doesn't have to. So, but it can. It's a cool little card because it becomes
Do you want to show that
does
really
a little
fast?
presentation.
Do you have something
3D.
that can go on the front of that really fast?
I probably, yeah. From last week's card,
look at that.
in
That's
review.
perfect. Yeah.
So then that would
And
go
then it pops up like so.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
So it becomes kind of a presentation.
All
Maybe
right.
you could have a recipe for some kind of grub
For
that you might
some
eat out on the Western
backyard
campfire.
barbecue ribs,
Mhm.
something Western.
Western beans. But that's kind of what I think of. But you
Okay.
could also, if you have a little image of an easel,
Oh yeah, picture
you
frame.
could have that. And I know another one that people do is they will do the easel like this, but then they will have a little fold inside so that it sits up. And there's other fancy easel folds too, like diagonal ones and things. I don't dabble in the difficult ones, which aren't difficult, but I just don't
difficult
dabble.
for my brain tonight. That's all.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, cowgirl stew. So, does that help you with the easel card?
Totally. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right, no problem. And for rainbow colors, what do you think you'll go full spectrum or just kind of own it? in
I don't know.
on-
I watercolor a lot on my cards, and I like to just mixing like a red and a yellow and blue. You can really get that whole spectrum when the colors kind
Yeah.
of blend together. So I might try something like that. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, it could just be in the background too.
Yeah, exactly. Just
Yeah.
kind of a fun
Uh-huh.
color background. I don't know.
And that Western. How are you doing on Western?
Oh, I'll probably look through my stamps and see if I have, I'll go pretty literal and see if I have some sort of, cowboy boot or a cow or some sort of Western cowboyish kind of image. Or
Yeah.
I might even use an alphabet and spell out yeehaw. Somebody said yeehaw in the chat and that was cute. Or
Mhm.
howdy or something. That could be fun.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be one too. Oh, horseshoe. That's a good one too.
Oh, horseshoe's a great one.
Horses
Yeah.
and little
You could
doggies.
even just cut that
Campfire.
shape.
Yeah, campfire. That's very Western. All right. We can do all sorts of stuff. Gone west. You could just make a sign. West. Nowhere else. Yeah. Yeah. There was a guy in my elementary school and his first name was West. And and his brother was North.
And he had an east and a south.
I don't
They were
remember. I don't remember, but there was a West and a North.
I had a neighbor whose name her name was Summer, and she had 3 daughters, and they were spring, summer, and autumn. Or spring, winter, and
It's
autumn.
memorable.
Sorry, because she was summer. Yeah.
Very memorable.
Mhm.
So, okay. And then a black and white image. Well, a black and white image could just be a outline stamped image with a black marker. Or you could frame it with drawing around the edge.
It just needs to be somewhere.
It just needs to
Somewhere.
be included somehow. That's an easy one. We can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that. Unless you don't
Is
use
it-
black and white, and then we're going to be in trouble and we'll have to talk. But other than that, we'll be good.
Yeah.
All right. You got some ideas then?
I think so. I'll just start looking through my stuff
Smart.
and see what I got.
Me too. We're in the same boat. And we're in that same boat together. So tell you what, let's break for a few minutes and we'll gather some supplies and we'll come back and we'll get down to business. Shall we?
Okay.
All right,
Excited.
Chatterbox. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for those great ideas. We'll be back after this word about something. We don't know what. Hey, Cool Mary here. You might remember me from my breakthrough role, the In Review infomercial. While normal me and the special guest are gathering their supplies, let me take this opportunity to tell you about our stamp set, our die set. Whoa. Let me, Cool Mary, show you what you can do with them. Tubular. Whoa! Gnarly. Yes, you can order these off our web shop. Every purchase helps support our shows, and in return, you can be like me, Cool Mary. Once upon a time, in a land of glitter and glue, there was Mary, who had lost her crafting mojo. Desperate, she called the one person who could help. Doc! Mary asked for one of Doc's brilliant inventions to save the day. Doc sprang into action, her lab a whirlwind of creativity. With a cry of, "Great Scott!" Doc unveiled her masterpiece, the Craft Roulette Creative Companion. She called Mary, and with a touch of movie magic, handed over the book. Mary was stunned. The book was incredible! Out of nowhere, Biff appeared to cause trouble.
Give me that book, blockhead!
A flurry of stamps Send him packing. Mary quickly explained the wonders of the book, showing its many secrets. The Craft Roulette Creative Companion is a project sketchbook designed to accompany creators along their journey through Craft Roulette's weekly challenge and its many adventures. Use it as a project planner, an idea bank, as a journal, or any combination of the three. Each spread has room to record all the essentials of the Craft Roulette Challenge. There are 100 spreads in each book, plus some extra room to sketch and make notes. The Craft Roulette Creative Companion is a collaboration with Trinity Stamps. To get yours, check out the video description for more information.
Mary, let's get back to the craft.
But I don't have them. All right, there we are. That's what we, yep. It's all good stuff. Now we know what you saw. I never know what's going to come up. But I've got Mr. Producer, since he has been working his little bony fingers to the bone, said, do
Or Bob Ross.
a Bob Ross. Like, I don't know. But do a Bob Ross mountain sunset scene.
He paints on an easel.
Oh, that's what you were thinking.
So it's an easel card.
So it's an easel. I was...
Do a Bob Ross on an easel card.
I was just going to do like the landscapey type
Yeah,
thing.
but that's what it would be. It would be a landscapey type
And then
thing
I
on an
put just a
easel
big
card.
fuzzy head here.
No.
Just the landscape.
Just the landscape.
And some happy trees.
Yep.
All right, so that's what we're going to do. I just pulled out the brush.
I'm going to bring Charlotte back in.
Pulled out the brushes and a bunch of colorful inks. So, yes, Mr. Producer is so smart. Crafts by Jay. Yes, he is. And sometimes I like what he comes up with. Sometimes not as much. But add a cat. Okay, so, looks like Charlotte added a cat. So tell us what you... That's so cute.
He's my cute little water bowl for watercolor.
Oh, how cute he is. Tell
makes
us
me smile.
what you found in your supplies.
So I actually found a stamp set I have never used from Concord and Ninth, which has this giant yeehaw and a couple cowboy boots, and it has some other dies that I thought, oh, that would be fun. Cowboy boot. It also has a cactus image, which I might do that instead. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm kind of excited now. And then color wise, I'm going to go pastel rainbow. So I'm going to use these three colors from Stampin' Up, which is Flirty Flamingo, Daffodil Delight, and Coastal Cabana. And then black and white, I don't know what I'll do yet. Probably stamp one of these images in black and white or something.
Yeah. That's an easy thing. That's a real good thing. All right.
I do love the Bob Ross easel idea, though. That is genius.
Because he paints on an easel. Yeah. Well, we're going to do that. We're going to do that very thing. I'm not sure if Bob would be happy with my results, but we'll try to make it happy. And I think he would like it if it's happy. So I'm just masking off. I'm not doing any drawing or anything. We're just going to... I'm not painting either, because that would be too much tonight. For me. But we'll just get started.
I think you said to your guest last week, like, just do what you know. And for me, I'm like, my go-to is like, I'm just always going to watercolor. So that's what I'm going to do.
Well, that's exactly what you should do then, because it's really, I've tried to do things that I don't know what I'm doing on this show, and it never works. I can guarantee you will not enjoy your experience.
Yeah. Be stressing.
Yeah.
Card maker block.
It's just not a good thing at all. So
yeah.
Here, see that little sun's already going down. It's going down fast right here in the mountains. So, Western, your first thought was not real happy, right? You were like panic.
For sure.
No.
Well, it's so funny. I actually love all Western imagery. My grandma was the rodeo queen of Nevada in like the early 40s.
No,
And
really?
yeah. Oh yeah, she was Miss
Wow.
Nevada. I'm trying to think what year it was, but she was a rodeo queen. We have all these fantastic pictures of her on a horse in her cute little body with a little hat and, waving and stuff. And so I have like really fun, and she grew up in Pioche, Nevada, which is really small
Ouch.
town, very Western, like, you know, basically no power, no plumbing, all of that
Oh
to the
my
first
gosh.
20 years of her life, I'm sure.
Impressive.
So I just had to embrace it is what I needed to do.
She would be proud of you.
Yes. She would have been giddy over that choice. She would have been loving it.
She would have said yeehaw.
She would have.
Yeah, yeah, yeehaw. Bring it on. Saddle up those horses. So did she have horses when you were little and were you around them or?
She had horses when she was little.
Uh-huh.
And then her family still had a cattle ranch and horses because she moved away to Washington State, so didn't have horses up there, but her family did.
Okay.
And so whenever we'd go visit, there definitely would be farm that we could.
How fun.
I didn't ride much. Have you ridden much?
No. No, no. I've picked a lot of hooves. I've brushed a lot of horses. I've paid a lot of vet bills and boarding bills, but I haven't ridden much. My daughter had horses. And it was great. It was great fun. But
We had
a time.
growing up, our neighborhood was kind of a mixed use neighborhood. And so there wasn't really strong zoning. So the neighbors behind us had horses in their backyard.
Oh, fun.
And they had I don't know what you call it, the little spinny thing that would walk the horses because they didn't have a ton of
walker.
space.
A
Yeah.
hot walker.
Yeah. And so there was always horses, I think, just in my childhood.
A spinny kind of thing.
Yeah.
I always felt like they could do something better than just walk on those hot walkers, but they just need to move. They need to move. So
yeah, we have a neighbor here in Maine. I live in a town called Freeport, and their house is so interesting. They have a horse, and they've taken the entire outside perimeter of their house and created basically a horse walk. So they've got their yard next to their house, but then outside of their yard, they just kind of have a corralled little horse walk. Interesting.
it's a commitment.
Yeah,
It's a huge
I
commitment.
can imagine.
Yeah, and they live a long time, which is great. But it's
How
a
long
long
does a
time
horse
thing.
live?
30 years sometimes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're good. They're good critters, though. We like them. We like them plenty good. Well, is that going to be dark enough? I can come back and add some more color if I feel like it, I guess. The montañas are going to be darker. Bob, tell me what to do. Talk to me now in my heart.
Don't give up. It looks great.
Happy fluffy clouds, right? Or what was it?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
something about that all the time. Happy
Well, I
fluffy
guess
trees or
I would talk
clouds.
like this, but you have clogged ears.
Happy little accidents.
So, yeah. Happy little accidents. That's it.
That's what it was. Happy accidents. Yeah. Well, this whole card's going to be a happy accident, I think.
You just never know what's going to come out. And and I don't know how many times I've heard it, Charlotte, when somebody will say, well, this is a card I never would have made except for Craft Roulette.
That's what's so awesome about card challenges, though. I think that, sometimes we take ourselves like way too seriously when we're starting to sit down and create. And when you have like just a set parameter, it kind of is very freeing.
It just gives you a little skeleton, a little something to work with.
It does.
Not too bossy, but a little bit of guidance.
Yeah, exactly.
Amy Powers says your two card colors, I think, look very similar. The
Oh, they
color
do. Look
palette,
at that.
yeah,
They
from
do.
Got some-
from completely different color sources too.
Yeah.
I hadn't even looked up.
You're using Catherine Pooler inks, right? Her inks are amazing.
Correct.
I love them.
Yeah, they're great. They are great. She's a nice lady. She's been too busy to be on the show. Catherine, if you are watching, we still need to get you back.
Say it's your turn.
Yeah, we've been trying to get her back on. She has been whacked out busy. This is how to make mountains real simple. Just
I love it. So you're just moving your tape around.
So far
what
so
you're doing?
good. That's good. Yeah, so far so good. We don't know if it's going to keep up working, but we're going to try.
That's awesome.
I think Bob Ross would approve. Now, there are some fandom kind of Bob Ross stamps. I don't have any, but I bet we'll see some. With the little fuzzy hair.
Yeah. My kids were in a phase. I have 3 boys. I have a 25-year-old, a 22-year-old, and a 15-year-old. And the 2 older ones, the oldest one specifically, was in a Bob Ross phase. And so the best, you could just get him socks or shirts or anything, and you're always in his good graces.
That's good. Those are good times when it makes for easy gift giving when they've got some kind of
theme that they
phase.
like.
Yeah. I do have some questions. You seem like you're very comfortable now with your project and everything, so I do have some questions from some of our members, if I might be able to go ahead and start that.
For sure.
Well, for one, Paula Rice just says, welcome to our family. She's looking forward to getting to know you this week. And that's absolutely true. We all feel that way, I think. Because I think it's just so much fun to meet new content creators and card makers. It's just fun.
I know. It's so fun. And I get inspired. I swear, I love just the social media aspect with card making because I get inspired by so many people's amazing projects every day. You know, I'm just constantly like, ooh, I love that. I love that. And,
I know.
Yeah. So inspiring.
It is just, because it isn't like when I first started and I'd see something, I'd write it down, I'd take pictures of it and things like that. Now it's just like, I just appreciate what I see more than, oh, I got to make it. I'm not like that so much anymore, but I just appreciate the effort that people put into their cards. They're spectacular. And
it's amazing.
It just develops so much from those early
really
Close to My
has.
Heart days.
Well, and it's just so fun because so many people have very unique styles, but then other people are just like, they'll just try, I don't know, they just try everything. And I'm always just amazed at, I don't know, I like to zoom in and look close at what people are, all their details, and it's fun.
Pardon me. We have a show for our members. We did it live on this channel for a while, but it got too much. But we have a show for our members where we have a member come on and we just talk about cards in the current gallery. And when we slow down just that much to look at cards, they always bring up lots and lots of questions.
Because for sure. How did they do that? Or,
yeah. What was that? Was that painting? Is that chalk? Is that what? And it's when you just slow down, we only make it through about 20 cards. But it's always eye-opening just to spend a little extra time. And you couldn't spend that much time on everybody's card, but that we see on social media. And but wow,
it's always fascinating to me too, especially when I watch people create. I always take something away. Not that I'm out there looking to learn, but I'm like, oh my gosh, they use that. And it just I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It helps to inspire me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's hard to think of things in a vacuum.
Yeah.
It just doesn't go. Do you sketch or anything? You design.
I do sketch. I will, if I am in a rut, I will create like a couple simple card sketches and then just kind of design off of that. So that helps. But typically I just pull out like 5 or 6 random products and just start playing, you know.
Well, that's pretty good. And you've never used this little set that you're using tonight. Looks like you're not having any trouble with it.
So I used the dies. My 15-year-old he really likes performing arts. In his high school they wrote a 1-act play that they took to their state competition, and it was called, what was it called? Charlie was the name of it, and it was essentially about the first stagecoach, female stagecoach driver.
Oh.
And so they wrote this whole play around it. And so I used this set to create thank you cards to the drama teacher and the choreographer and stuff like that. And I think I just used the dies, and it just said howdy and a bunch of different fun papers from your Paper Insider. Nice. When I did it. Yeah. But I haven't used the stamp set, and I like how good that looks in black and white. That's kind of a good looking boot.
That's a good looking boot if I ever saw
one. I would wear those.
I have red boots.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I have no cowboy boots.
I got them for my 50th birthday.
Ooh. Where do you wear them? Everywhere?
I don't wear them at all anymore. I haven't worn them in years. Kind of sad because I just wear.
You might need to wear them next week. Pull out your red boots.
They definitely give me an attitude when I put them on, though. I do. Yeah. So I have them in my bedroom.
Buyer beware.
I do have them in my bedroom as like just out, like decorations. Yeah. Because I went to an antique mall, which I know you like to thrift. I went to an antique place and they had boots, and I thought, oh, those are so cute. I should get some. And then I thought, you big dummy, you've got some. So just get them out of your closet.
I should be more adventurous with my shoes. I'm so like practical. It's like flip-flops and sneakers. That's pretty much what I got.
Birkenstock boots.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Now they're pretty comfortable, but they get hot.
Yeah, I imagine.
So we're going to put this. This is from a new paper from your Paper Insider.
Which one? Oh, that denim paper is so cool. If you look up close, it has like, it looks like fabric fibers in it. Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
Very Western. Very Western.
Very Western. Good idea. I'm using some sparkly silver for stars, silver stars, I think.
Okay, it's been cut.
Someone's asking how I'm crafting and creating at the same time, and I don't know. Probably because I actually talk to myself all day long when I'm working and crafting. So it's probably just like that.
Just I don't find that out of the question. That's a very normal way to be.
I have 2 golden retrievers too, and I talk to them all day long because I work from home, and it's just crazy, lady.
And then when somebody walks by and they think you're talking to yourself, you just say boomer. Like you were talking to your dog. Nobody knows the difference. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Boomer. Yeah. And Boomer says, yes, it's always right. Whatever you say, Mom. Because he's that kind of guy. So let's talk about pie. Let's have our
Okay, so
Gilmore Girl
I've been
moment.
chasing peach pie. I've been chasing this peach pie probably for, I don't know, 20, 25 years. When I lived in Utah, there was this company called Dixon Pies, and I worked right out of college. I worked for this advertising agency. I did a lot of graphic design work for them. And one of our clients would bring in, as a thank you to the staff, they would bring in pie, and they brought in this peach pie from Dixon Pies, and it was fresh peaches. So they didn't cook them. They were just fresh, and they had been, so obviously had been made, within the couple of hours of it coming in. And the crust was amazing. It was probably the best thing I've ever tasted. And then I can't find the recipe to make something similar. My whole life chasing it.
Oh, that
So
is
good.
a magnum opus if I've ever heard it.
I know.
So how many recipes do
I
you
don't know.
think
Have you ever
tried?
had something you tasted like that before, and then you just try and recreate it, and it just is never the same?
Probably. Yeah. I don't cook that much. But I do. There's a fruit stand, and I haven't done it this year, but I have gone there several times and just gone up and said, "Do you have any pie peaches?"
Oh,
And they'll go back to the cooler and get the real ratty ones. And so you get some that are rotten, but a lot of them are just ratty, and they're not very pretty, and they're kind of beat up, and they're perfect though for pies and cobblers. So, yeah, it's a wonderful moment in my life when I get that act together. That's so geometric.
Your mountains look amazing, and so does your sunrise. I'm very impressed.
Sunset.
Sunset
It
in
has
the
to be
west.
Or
set
sunset,
for
yeah.
In the
Western.
west. Yeah.
Yeah,
If we had
sunset.
Eastern, I guess we'll have to put Eastern on. I'll do this card again. Just do it
That's
again.
amazing.
And then we're going to not put any glue on the top part. There we go.
We
My
still
black-
have time, right?
Oh, we're doing fine. My
Okay.
black and white. Now, see, this is the thing. I said if you don't use a black ink pad, then we're going to have a black and white image somewhere. I did not use a
Yeah.
black ink pad. So I'm going to have something on the inside.
Oh my gosh, that
sentiment.
looks so good. I love
like it.
the blue mountains on that blue paper.
It turned out. I should have got it. No, I couldn't get the paper because I wanted it to be seen on the back. That does look like it was just denim jeans made into paper.
It's so great.
Like they beat the pulp. I didn't read the explanation about I love your Paper Insider's explanation of the papers. I get real nerdy and geeky with it. It's like, oh yeah.
It's amazing to me, like how technical and how every paper is made a little bit differently. It's really kind of fascinating to me. So I'm glad you geek out over that.
I do. I totally
Okay,
do.
I think so. On your easel card, Mary, you folded
Yes.
it in, and then you put a stopper of some sort.
I'm going
right?
to. Yeah, that's what I'm going to work on right now. It's going to have a little
Okay.
stopper right there, so it actually becomes a display card.
Okay,
And I'm going to use
Nice.
that pretty paper again.
gotcha. Let's see if I can find.
So you're a Gilmore Girls. Did you watch the Gilmore
Oh
Girls?
yes, I love.
they
the
always
Gilmore
liked.
Girls.
They always like pie.
They loved pie. Yeah, and I think I've gone through Gilmore Girls now probably 2 times completely. I love it. Those
That's funny.
Gilmore Girls, Friends, and then oddball crafting shows, or not crafting shows, but like CSI crime shows are what play in my background when I'm crafting.
I think you have a lot of similarities with a lot of friends here.
Friends, well, they're just kind of fun shows that you don't even have to watch. You can just hear them and they feel like friends because you've listened to them so much,
Yeah. It's true. Stephanie Mormon has a question for you. She's one of our friends
Sure.
in Germany. And she asks, she's curious. She says, you stopped working as a photographer when digital took over.
So,
You got a
yeah.
background on that?
So I did get my degree in film photography, and I used to, I worked for a commercial photo company where we would shoot in large format. So we had a large view camera, like our negatives were 4¼ by 5¼ and we would arrange, like, for example, makeup and all this stuff on a set. And then we would snap a Polaroid to make sure everything looked right. And then, keep going until it looked great and then shoot on real film. And I remember when the first digital camera came out, and we had bought one just as a joke, not as a joke, but just to kind of try it out. And we were all just blown away and instantly seeing that our jobs were going to be eaten up by technology.
yeah,
but
it was
they
going
weren't,
to
we just, we kind of got with the times and ended up shooting most of our stuff digitally. And it really, I don't know, it just kind of changed the way we thought about how our workflow went. But yes, I did start as a photographer. And then I worked, let's see, I'm trying to think what switched me over is I don't think we had enough photography business at the time that I needed to change my skill set a little bit and work on design projects. And at this point, when I was working for this agency, we were working on billboard designs and annual reports and things like that. And I hadn't, in school, since I would focus on photography, I didn't learn any of the digital software. And I remember having to learn InDesign and probably crying myself to sleep every night for about 6 months until I learned it, because it was really hard, learning. It was just hard to pick up that language.
Yeah.
And then best thing I ever did, though, because that allowed me to, all those Adobe programs are very similar. And so it allowed me to work in Photoshop and InDesign and Illustrator and just kind of expand my skill set so that I could design, which is what I love to do.
Oh, that's good. Turned out happy.
Yeah.
But
And I can do it
digital-
from anywhere. So it's great.
digital
Like
is
if I lived
so-
in Massachusetts,
yeah,
and
that's
now
true.
living here, I can do the same thing.
It is kind of nice though that you can take photos and everything and find out if they were good or not just instantly.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
I know back in the day, it's so funny with Polaroids. And we used to, I remember at the time, and that we used to charge, I think it was $5 for every full Polaroid proof, and because if they wanted to change something on set, we'd have to shoot it again with a Polaroid and make sure everything was in the right position. And just a kind of an old archaic way to do it, but it worked.
It worked. Yeah. And now you just look on the screen.
Now you just look on the screen and shoot 100 million more photos.
Yeah. 100 million. Well, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I'm glad you just didn't go, I'm not going to try to keep up.
No, I honestly thought when I first started out that I would be like an event photographer, shoot at weddings and things like that. But I don't like that kind of pressure. Like, nope,
Yeah.
I'm more of a behind the scenes kind of person. So,
Yeah, that is, I did a wedding with my daughter one time because she's a photographer. And, it was tough. I was so tired that night. And I didn't even do anything. I just carried around, pretended I knew what I was doing, and carried around her bag. And it was so exhausting. And I remember the mother of the groom coming up to me and saying, I thought we were having our pictures taken before the ceremony. We won't be pretty after the ceremony. And I was like, oh dear, I don't know. Let me check on that for you.
yeah. I think that's the hardest part is, it's such a personal thing, the way you look and how you're represented. And,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you just can't please everyone and they won't, so yeah, not my bag.
Yeah, it's tough. If you're shooting something that doesn't move, smile, or blink, it's probably better. Yeah. Or have an opinion.
Exactly. Or have an opinion.
Hey, you avocado, do you have an opinion? No? Okay, I'll take your picture. Otherwise, go back to your fruit dish. Well, that's interesting, though.
Huh.
So what were you like as a kid? Did you...
I have 3 younger brothers, and my parents worked a ton to provide for us. And so I was kind of a caregiver a little bit for them while they worked. And they're awesome. 3 brothers. They all have boys. So it's like a big family of a lot of grand boys. And as a kid, what was I into? I was kind of more, I don't know. I would say I was probably more of a tomboy, if you call it that. And I liked, I'm trying to think. My first.
Did you love paper or did you?
I loved to sew, actually. I made all of my Barbie clothes out of toilet paper, like make toilet paper patterns, and then would sew. So I loved to do that. And I did a lot of like fiber arts because my grandma crocheted and knitted. And I'm trying to think. I did a lot of painting, a lot of fine art stuff. And I didn't really get into paper crafting until I went to my first, I think the company was called Dots and Doodles or something. I can't remember it was like in the early 2000s, and they had stamps. And I went to one of those and bought like, I think some smiley face stamps, or I don't remember. And then the rest was kind of history.
Yeah. Stamps make us able to do all sorts of things.
I know. You feel like such a professional with making
it's
just
good.
It is. It's great.
It really is great. I'm gonna add a little more color. I think I got a little fast on my. I'm quick to glue, and that's how it is.
That's funny.
Always a little too fast to glue.
I think I am too. I'm crooked to glue. I swear. I look at something and I'll say, that is so straight. And then I'll walk away and it's the most crooked thing I've ever done.
I have never cut a straight line in my life. I'm kind of like, if I ever get stopped, I don't even walk straight. If I ever get stopped by a policeman and I have to walk the line, I will fail. I will be fine on the breathalyzer, but I can't walk straight or nothing.
I feel you. Massive.
But officer, I haven't had a drink since 2001 or whatever.
I promise.
I promise. What kind of certs are you taking to cover that alcohol breath? Not me, not me. I just can't walk straight. Can't cut straight. Wouldn't that be funny? Can you cut this paper straight? No. Okay,
Never.
we're taking you to jail. We're taking you to jail. You failed the paper cutting straight test.
Yeah.
Well,
and then I'm always really aggressive with my adhesive too. I think I use way too much.
Adhesive.
So then when I need to pull it back up, it's a problem.
Yeah. Do you have one of the little spatula things from Cricut?
I do. I have.
That's a fabulous
this
little tool.
one. I don't know. It's like it's awesome and it works
That's kinda
really
like
good.
palette knife.
But I tell you what, I think that I might just use too much adhesive.
Do you use like mostly liquid or?
So I use Barely Arts, but I put it in a smaller one. And then I use foam tape and I use like a 2-sided adhesive. That's pretty much what I use on everything. And they're just always sitting on my desk.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty aggressive with the foam tape, and that's the stuff that doesn't seem to.
Okay, I'm going to sell you on something. Are you ready? I told you before the show I'm terrible at sales, but I am about to sell. I'm about to change your life.
Okay, change it.
Amanda
I need it.
from Pear Blossom Press. Ta ta da da ta ta. The world's best foam tape by Pear Blossom Press. It is repositionable for 30 minutes.
No way.
Yes, way. And then it is permanent in 24 hours. I'm not kidding.
Okay. So how big of a roll is that?
Well, it goes to the edge of this paper.
That's massive.
It's
okay.
big.
I might need that.
Big. Yeah. It's
That's
good.
Amazing.
And the release paper comes right off. You don't have to be picking at it like a sore zit. It just falls right off. But you will love it, I promise. If you don't, I will buy it back from you.
Okay. Yeah. I will go to their website and find it. Because that sounds amazing.
Yeah. It is. I don't usually sell on this show, but that is one I'm always really happy to tell somebody about. Oh, she said they're out of stock.
Oh.
Dadgum.
That's how good it is.
That's how good it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
have a guillotine cutter. It's offside of my desk. So when I step away, that's what I'm doing is cutting my paper down.
Fine. You're just fine. Yeah, this needed a little more color. Tumbleweeds.
So did the majority of the people watching this today all create their submission for this parameter during the show, or does it usually trickle?
It trickles. But here's the thing. By Monday, this show will have over 1,000 views, 1,500 views, probably 1,500 views. But we only get 300 to 400 cards. So there's a lot of people that still can send in cards and surprise us and inspire us.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that don't join us. Maybe every week they don't join us. Maybe they join sporadically, and that's great too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. People are busy. I'm just honored that they do it at all because people are so busy. Yeah. But it's neat when they do.
It's so cool. All right. I'm a little stumped for a second. I have like a lot of elements and I just don't know quite what to do yet. So I will stamp my greeting, my inside greeting, because that's something I'm really bad at. I never do inside greetings, but an easel card is perfect because it's like an inside greeting.
Right. It kind of forces your hand.
It kind of forces your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I will do that.
It says you must put me inside. What did I do with my little? There it is. Oops.
I can't believe you just freeformed those mountains. You're insane. That whole scene is amazing.
Well, sometimes you get lucky. I hope tonight was one. I think it might have been.
Well, you're pretty lucky. Oops. That's amazing.
Oh, no. My luck just ran out. The mountains just bled into the sun. Well, those are happy tree accidents now.
Yeah, it's just a happy accident.
That's it. We're just going to try to keep doing that one. Yeah, we have a little.
So do you get to see your grandbaby every day?
No. I have 2 now, and I don't see them every day. A couple of times a week. It's pretty sweet, though, because they're not far.
Yeah.
Not far. So that's pretty sweet. But he got to go over and meet his great-great-aunt Jean today. And she's, well, I won't say how old she is, but she is well into her NOs. And so that was cool. That was cool that we got pictures, and I think he enjoyed meeting her. Yeah.
MOs. I've never heard that phrase.
No,
what does that mean?
like
Oh.
90.
N-O's. My ears aren't working. Okay.
Her yeah, I know. Her Charlotte's had
N-O's.
clogged ears all week. It's been... I said I wouldn't mumble, but I did.
No, I just can't hear. It's just me.
No. But there is a sub game here at Craft Roulette, and when I say JD and LD, or the
Do we
viewers
get to eat something yummy?
chocolate. Yes, they get to eat
chocolate.
chocolate. So LD and JD. JD was going
Awesome.
over to meet Aunt Jean too, but we didn't run into each other, which was too bad, but that's the way it goes. I had to get home. This could use some spray or something, I think. For a little. Do I want it textured, or does it just stay graphic and kind of sharp? Except that
It's kind of awesome as it is, but
just like
I
that.
don't know.
I think it's going to be fine. And that's how, if you are just coming in, we are here with Charlotte Mallett from Maine. And we didn't know what we were going to make tonight. So we didn't have anything to teach you or anything, but we are making a easel card. And this is what an easel card is classically, but you are welcome to interpret it differently. And that is just a 4.5 by 11-inch card base folded in half and then folded in half again with with a panel on the front. That's how I made mine. Rainbow is our color parameter for inspiration. Western is our element, and I'm going for the Western Mountains. A little sunset in the west over the mountains. And you have to include a black and white image. I've got hugs in here as my black and white image. So,
That's a good one.
If you are just wondering what else you could do for these things, you can scroll back to the discussion part of the show. There's some wonderful, wonderful ideas. So I think I'm going to add a little bling on the inside. Since I don't want it on the outside.
That's a good idea.
Look at you go.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to keep I think I used too thick a cardstock for my card base. And so my easel, I need to really score it. My easel doesn't want to catch, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I need to make a thicker catch for it.
Break its fibers. Tell it who's
Yeah,
boss.
that's what I'm trying to do. Maybe that'll work. Let's see.
Sometimes they can be kind of obnoxious about it. Bossy.
Bossy card.
Bossy cardstock is... I appreciate it where it's coming from, but, there's a time you just need to submit, buddy.
Yeah, just cooperate with me already. Good grief. My easel card is going to be a floating easel card, see, because it just floats.
That would have been great when we had space. You could put a space image, Western space.
I'm going to have to make little lasso attachments so that it can stay down. It doesn't want to stay.
Oh,
well, we're pretend.
I like the floating easel.
It's a floater.
It's a good one. Yeah, it's a very creative easel. What happened to my fifth heart?
I feel like I should have I can always add more color. Let's do that. I feel like I should have added more color.
It's pretty. I like that you used the rounded shape for the top.
Yeah, I was thinking that could be fun. And then I'll put my howdy somewhere up here so it kind of floats, and then
it goes with this whole theme of floating.
And a bunch of,
Look at that. You're doing great. That's great.
It's coming.
It's
slowly.
It's doing well.
And just like you predicted, this is never a card I would have made out of my brain. Ever.
We're getting a few suggestions for your floating cardstock.
Oh.
Maybe a little weight on it. You could put a little weight on the back, I suppose. A couple
that's a good idea.
strips.
Yeah.
Tape a penny
coin.
or something to the underside.
Oh my gosh, these are such good tips.
Or
That's
fold it backwards, opposite, to kind of break the fibers a little more.
okay. That's
I don't
awesome.
know. Can you ever wait if you spritz them a little bit and then work them back and forth? Does that ever help? I don't know.
I think the weight is actually really helping it because once I put these two pieces just even resting on it, it seems like it's giving it enough to hold in there.
Put a foot in that boot and a big old smelly stinky one, and then it'll hold it down.
That's a good idea. Oh, that's what I'll do is another.
I'm just going to watch you for a while and not worry. Don't worry about me. You don't have to worry.
Are you done already?
I don't know what else I can do too much.
Oh, then I will.
But no, you're just fine. You're just fine. So I'm just going to sit here and field some questions and talk to you. So Deborah Noss asks, who inspires you most in your card making?
Oh, who inspires me?
Is there someone?
I don't know if it's just one person. I think as I said earlier, it's kind of the whole industry. Like I'm so inspired by all the people that are making and posting. And it can be really intimidating to like post your work, but I just think it's so cool to be able to keep your own personal little library of your art, and it's there forever. So you can just go back and look at it. And so I think that I would say just all the card makers on social media, that's where I get most of my inspiration.
Yeah.
It used to be before Instagram was big, it was probably Pinterest, and I had like all these different card boards. But now I say it's probably Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram, you can really just go down and farther down and see lots. Because if they feed you somebody that you think looks good, then you can go visit their page, and then you can, then you go and watch them and see what they're up to. Oh,
that was a big
it's just wonderful.
I put too much adhesive. So now I gotta get rid of it. But that's good. Okay, it's gone. Woohoo.
I'm gonna just do some more ink blending because it's quite enjoyable. Gonna make my little green hills of Vermont.
All right, it's coming together now, Mary. I'm getting faster.
Oh, you're just fine. Let me enjoy my moment here of ink blending. It's just not a problem at all. I'm gonna flip.
I feel like I forgot a parameter. We got easel card. Sure. We got rainbow. We got Western. We got black and white image. Okay, I think I got it all then.
Let's see. We have Deputy Heidi too. She's real good at catching us if we try to get away with one of the parameters not showing up. She'll bust us a new one.
You forgot to include spaghetti noodles.
That's the one.
Or whatever.
You could do that for spaghetti Western.
Spaghetti Western did cross my mind. But I couldn't think at all how to do that one.
Bunch of like twine all wrapped up like a big old bowl of spaghetti.
That sounds good too. Before or after the peach pie.
Good. What's your favorite kind of pie?
Oh, I love apple and peach. Those are the my two faves.
Apple is yummy.
And then
we have amazing blueberry pie here. I was never a huge
blueberries.
Fan of that,
yeah, I love those too.
Tell me what, it's good stuff here.
Do you have like the bushes of blueberries?
Yeah, we have, so Maine is interesting. The blueberries are tiny. They're like little bush
Uh-huh.
berries. So they're, like, I don't know, quarter inch, maybe max in
Uh-huh.
diameter.
Uh-huh.
And you scoop them up. They have like these blueberry scoopers to pick them. So you don't really pick them by hand like you would off of a bigger blueberry bush.
Mm-hmm.
But they're yummy. They're sweet. They're good.
Mm.
They're tasty.
Blueberries for Sal. Got an old book. I always liked it. I think the kids didn't love it, but I liked it.
Yeah, that
Kerplink,
author
Kerplunk.
has
Kerplink.
blueberries for sale, and they did like Make Way for Ducklings, right? And
Is that the same
bunch of
person?
different-
That's a good
I-
one too.
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm often wrong, so don't ever quote me.
Oh. Well, when I quote people, it's often wrong. So maybe I'll do 2 wrongs and I'll get it right. You never know.
Yeah. I'm like, believe me for a second, but then verify it.
Yes, trust but verify. Sounds like a good idea to me. Trying to see here. Somebody had
What's
Justine
the
Dvorak.
main export for your state? Like, is there something that you're known for there?
Missouri. Well, I've lived in Kansas most of my life, and that would be wheat.
Okay.
But Missouri, I don't even know what it's known for. What's it known for? Steven's going to look it up, I think. We've only lived here for 6 years. I haven't really learned all my facts.
Soybean and corn.
Soybean and corn.
Soybean and corn. Ah.
Huh. Yeah. Well, go figure.
Very exciting.
I thought
Very
maybe it was
exciting.
too hot for corn.
I don't know if I've ever seen how soybeans are grown. I know how corn is grown.
They're
but-
little bushes. They're little clumps of green things. They're just little green clumps.
bushes.
Yeah. Field of green clumps. You might be able to go, I know what that is. That's soybeans right there. That's Western talk to say right there.
Western talk.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy, those are soybeans. Okay.
Right there.
All right,
Don't forget
Mary,
the
I'm
right
getting
there.
close.
This is kind of fun too. So Justine Dvorak asks, and Justine, I'm not. I don't love this or that kind of questions because I always feel like I'm under pressure. But I like you so much, I'm going to ask. So, would you rather only use scissors forever, no trimmer, no dies, no punches, or only use electronic cutting machines, no manual
scissors.
tools at all?
Scissors all the way. These,
Mm.
I haven't pulled them out tonight, but these are my crafting scissors. I don't use
What?
little itty bitties. I use
Oh.
these mothers, and they are amazing.
Those are big.
They're
So do you
they're like they're
fussy
fabric
cut?
scissors, and I go and get them sharpened all the time because I'm cutting paper,
Uh-huh.
and they are amazing. I can fussy cut with those like nobody's business.
For real. That's amazing.
So I would
use
say scissors. I would keep scissors.
my little
and,
fiskars here. Yeah,
Plus,
I would
it's
too.
also more affordable. You only have to have this to cut anything.
But well, I like it all. So
I do like
Justine,
that.
Justine, don't take away any of those things from me, please. But
Who said we
scissors,
had to choose?
yeah, we don't have to. We want it all. So, but scissors will get you places without electricity that electronics will never get. If your electricity goes out for 4 days, you can still cut things.
You totally can. Well, and that's the cool thing about like Big Shot or the die cutting machines that are an electronic is that's also not power,
Mm-hmm.
So Those are good. And punches. I love a good punch too. Actually, I love it all.
A Hawaiian punch. I do like
Ooh,
a punch
Hawaiian
too.
punch. Fruit punch. Actually, I don't really like fruit punch.
It's always about the food. Food and crafts, they go together.
Food and crafts do. Do you have a candy of choice that you eat, or is this a common question when you're crafting?
I have a little chocolate every day. And
Little chocolate every day.
Yeah, a little chocolate every day. And generally from Aldi's, because their chocolate's good. It's from Germany. And it's not terribly expensive. So, yep. How about you?
So I'm in this fruity candy phase, and it's you think I'm like a 10-year-old kid, but I am obsessed with gummy nerds.
Gummy nerds.
Oh my gosh, they're so
They're
they're
yummy?
little nerd clusters with the gummy with nerds on the outside of them. Oh my gosh, my youngest had some and I started eating them. I'm like, this is dangerous. And so now that's kind of a staple.
Oh.
All right, that's pretty cute. That turned out pretty good.
Well,
Howdy.
I should say so. Oh, and I like that you did the top differently.
Yeah, I
That's
kind of
very good.
stamped a bunch of, I felt like I needed to pull more black and white imagery in,
Yeah.
And then I put
That
a
was
greeting
smart.
on the inside. Thank my lucky stars for you. And I have all these fun little silver stars.
Good night. You slayed it.
There we go. Woohoo.
I think you did it. Look at that. Well,
Yay.
do you work that fast usually?
I think, yeah, I'm generally a pretty fast crafter, I think. I'm also kind of one, like, I have to finish it even if I don't like it, so I just quickly do it and then move on. But I think it's because I just have done it so much, like just made so many projects that I guess I am. That sounds obnoxious, but I think I am kind of faster crafter.
It's okay.
I think it depends though. Like if I'm stumped, then I am a slow crafter. I think it was
That
helpful to
makes
have all
sense.
these parameters because you just kind of had to do it,
You do. And you know that what you're up to, and you just kind of get it done. You just buckle down.
Yeah.
And you did great. Let's
Yay.
make sure that Deputy
got a
Heidi
fingerprint on
doesn't
there.
come get us. Well, I told you to smudge your card. It's okay.
I did. Well, that's the Western part of it. It's like,
Yeah, I gotta have
totally
a
smudged
Western
it.
smudge. The Western smudge is a good thing. I love the stars.
Somebody
I'm gonna make
said it already passed, but they said cinnamon covered chocolate or chocolate covered cinnamon gummy bears. Those are also very, very good.
Oh my gosh.
It mixes the chocolate, which you love, and then just the texture of the gummy bear or the cinnamon bear. Good.
Whoa. That sounds a little too intense for my poor little mouth.
I think
may
you
not
would
be able
like
to
it.
do
I
it.
think you would.
Oh. Becky D says it's one of her favorites.
They're
Oh,
so
yeah.
yummy.
Who thinks of these things? I think they just spin a wheel and go, what flavors should we put together with gummy bears? And they have
Candy
gummy bear
roulette.
parameters. I think so. Yeah, I think it
Candy
is.
roulette. We just put different things in our mouth.
I made an easel card, classic easel card with rainbow colors. You can see all the different colors. I even used basically a rainbow gradient, except upside down. And then my Western is the sun going down over the Western mountains of somewhere. And my black and white image is on the inside with hugs.
Yay!
Ooh. Is yours an A2? Or is mine just so close that it looks ginormous?
Mine's an A2.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was just that mine was so close that it looked ginormous.
And
But
I
let's
did
make
the
sure.
same thing. I did an A2 easel just on a white card base.
Yep.
And my rainbow was like a watercolor painted background. And then my black and white image is the boot, and then all these like black stars. And then I did a black and white like inside greeting as well.
Really
And
nice.
then the fine folks who told me that weight would solve the problem did.
Yep. How about
Because
that?
it now
It's
rests.
no longer a floating easel, which I think
It's no
has
longer
potential.
floating. Yeah.
I think it's got some potential. You could have some secret pop-ups under there, you know,
Oh yeah.
for a floating easel pop-up card, inner pop-up. I don't
You
know.
could really take it to a whole nother level and put those little wobblers on the floating thing and then have it like really freaking out.
We can never, ever stop. There's always something new to do.
Yeah.
Always one more card to make. Never, never stop. Well, we're going to let you relax for a second. You did a good night's work, and then we'll be back to say goodnight. But we got to give away some stuff and tell them who's coming up and all those kind of things. So sit tight. Don't leave, and we'll be right back to say goodnight to you, Charlotte. Well done.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank you.
well deserve your rest there. Yeah. We want you guys to play too. This one's a good set of, really nice set of parameters. Western, you can go all over the place. Oh, it's going to be fun to see what you come up with. Easel card, maybe you will make an easel like this, or maybe you'll put an easel on your card. I don't know. That's up to you. Rainbow colors, you guys love that one. So go for it. Have some fun. And then black and white image, what? That's so easy. You can do it. And you have till Sunday night at midnight Central Daylight Time to submit your card. We would love to have that happen over on craftroulette.live and look for the drop-down button or the menu on the drop-down menu that says Submit Contribution. It's easy. If you can put a card on Instagram or Facebook, you can do this. You really can. We'd love to have you. Isn't that right, Chatterbox? We'd love to have them join us. Next week, we will be, drum roll please, at Paper Ganza. Do not miss it. It will be starting a little bit later. Slideshow starts at 6:30. So the show with Amanda Stevens will start at 7 o'clock. We will have a live studio audience of 127 of our best friends, and maybe 128 if we sell that one remaining ticket that somebody had to sell. So if you are interested in joining us, it's a good seat at a very nice table of people. It's like front and center. And like I said at the beginning of the show, I thought when we first offered this, $425, that's so much money, and it is a lot of money. Are we going to have anything even close to worth it? And I can absolutely say it is going to be so worth it. I would not hesitate to buy that card or that ticket if you can. Join us. There's also a hotel room, and well, that's another thing. If you are interested, let us know, and we will get you hooked up with the person who needs to sell it. Then Lauren Taylor will be joining us. It'll be fun because she will be at Paper Ganza, and we love our friend Crafty Owl. She's going to be in the front row as well. With Lauren Taylor, I think they're at the same table. Oh my goodness. And then Carrie Gilletto will be joining us after that. She's with Whimsy Stamps, and Hat Trick Smith will be joining us later in August as well. If you don't know Hat Trick, you don't know what a good pun is. So join us each and every week. If you haven't hit that subscription button, please do that. And that thumbs up, we call them Vinnies. We would really, really appreciate it. Amanda, it's almost here. Woo! It's going to be so fun. There are those members that we often refer to in our show. Silver and up, we will have a Zoom call right after this show. And then gold, we will have our crop tomorrow. Instead of the last Saturday of the month, we will have it tomorrow. So join us at noon Central Daylight Time if you are interested in that. And do whatever you want. If you want to bring something to work on, that's fine. If you just want to talk paper crafts and life, that's fine too. We do all those things, and it's always nice. We really appreciate you guys. These are the people that keep us on the air and coming back each and every week. It's an amazing thing. I was telling Charlotte, I don't know a lot of these people. I just look at these names and think, who are these marvelous, generous people? Unbelievably kind. Thank you. Thank you for keeping us on the air and all over the world. We appreciate you so very much. Hope to see a bunch of you on the call after the show. It may have to be a little short. I'm kind of tired. So we're good. You think Carrie's at Lauren and Crafty Al's table too? And you are too, aren't you, Sarah Liz? Oh, it's going to be quite the table. A table of stars. And now it's time for our giveaway. Like I said, next week we will not be giving away from cards that have been sent in this week. We will be giving away our wonderful, wonderful prizes from our sponsors for Paper Ganza. So we'll get to see everybody. You guys are, I'll tell you right now, you have permission to scream. And then go, that's so exciting. It will be so exciting. We love giving stuff away. Other people's stuff away is our thing. Kristen H is going to win a Krog. Congratulations, Kristen H. I will be glad to get you a Krog. And after all this spinning is done, please go over to craftroulette.live, claim a prize, find that on the menu, and fill it out. We will get you all fixed up. A Craft Roulette goodie bag does need to stay in the United States. However, if you don't, I think Wendy's in the United States. Wendy Wagerman Smith. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I don't think I've ever gotten to send you anything. How fun. How fun. Please use the same email that you did to send in your card so that our system will recognize you as the rightful owner of the prize. Or a Your Paper Insider box of paper. My goodness, we love our highfalutin paper. It's going to Holy Scrap Ava. Holy Scrap Ava. I'm excited for you, Ava. Balone it is.
We're doing 2, right?
We're doing 2.
Yeah.
So we won't do one next week from our sponsors. And for box number 2, I didn't really check with them, but they agreed for the whole month, so I think this will work. Ruth Miser. Congratulations, Ruth Miser. Ha, you're going to love it. You're going to be feeling some highfalutenness going on in your world. For a Riley and Company $25 gift certificate, we get to meet Tanya next week at... I say paper, you say Ganza. Paper, paper, paper Ganza. Mr. Producer named it, by the way. Megan K, congratulations. You just had a major milestone, too. You were a mug clubber, I think. Whoa, big deal. Another Riley and Company gift certificate. There you go, Debbie Orange. You got the game. You got it, Dina. Paper. Jill's in there. That's awesome. You guys are so good. We can do this live, too. Yeah, that'll be good. Lisa G, congratulations. I will get this sent over to Tanya, and we will... She may... I don't know. She may be buried under boxes for Paper Ganza. So it may be a little bit before we get this all settled out, but we will get it settled out. So, that's it. That's it for tonight. Let's bring back our guest, Charlotte Mallett. Wasn't she nice, you guys? Have you given her some hearts and some love? And make sure you go over and subscribe to her YouTube channel. Her Instagram. She also has a TikTok. What is your TikTok?
So you can find me on Instagram and TikTok, I heart stamps. So I period
stamps.
Heart period stamps. And I don't make a lot of YouTube videos, but I do a lot, I do process videos for pretty much all my cards. Mm-hmm. Quick reels. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you do. And you, what was the other thing? And you have a blog.
I do have a blog, neglected, but I do have a blog. Where the Painted Orange, I'm Team Orange, by the way, Team Orange all the way.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yep.
That's why I put the orange sleeve on.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a happy color, isn't it?
It's a great color. You feel good about it all the time. Yeah, it's a good color. It's hard sometimes to use, but it's a good color.
It's hard to use in bulk.
Yes.
It's definitely a accent.
Yeah.
Beautiful accent with blue-green, though. Get out of town.
Yep, agreed.
You made it. You survived your first Craft Roulette. Yeah. I think you thrived.
I'm still alive.
You're still alive. You're doing better than you ever have. Did you like it? Did you have fun?
It was so much fun. I hope you invite me back one day. It was awesome.
I think we will. It may be a while. I got to get through Paper Ganza.
I know. You got a lot to do.
This month turned to July and I went, oh my gosh, I don't have my guests for August or the end of, or September. And I was scrambling and I don't know what I thought was going to happen. They were just going to fill, whatever, but we're getting there. We're getting there bit by bit. Yeah. Well, we do have a tradition here. We kiss our brains because we've done something great and it feels good and we need to reward our little noggins for doing good work. Chatterbox, I'll be looking for you at Paperganza. A lot of you. Make sure you do keep a track on Craft Roulette's YouTube, Facebook, our show Facebook group, and on Instagram because Pitty Penny will be there in just taking lots of videos. We'll be letting you know what's going on. Mr. Producer, all the best to you. It's going to be a big week for him. Charlotte, thank you so very, very much. And when you see Ty, thank him for a great product.
I will for sure. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Join us, send in those cards, and we will see you after the show for Silver and Above. Thank you so much, everybody. Night.